Hello everyone. As promised that we are going to be covering content for grade 10, and I'm also starting on the very first topic that we have for the year, which is the Songhai Empire. I would so much as feel more at ease when we are familiar with these terms at this point. We are to refer to them as key terms because these are the terms that we'll mainly use throughout the topic. And for today, we are going to deal with the term empire. We are going to deal with emperor, and we are also going to talk about the trans-Saharan trade. We are also going to deal with conquer. Number 5, we are going to deal with dynasty, and we are also going to deal with the 6th term might be and lastly we are going to deal with the term trade. So these are the 6 key terms that we should be familiar with at this very point in time, bearing in mind that when we started on the 15th of January, we were able to define these terms in our workbooks. So today we'll be dealing with an empire that was later to be referred to as the Songhai Empire. And we do know that when we speak of an empire, it's wherein we are going to talk about a place that is a combination of many independent states that are therefore going to be conquered by one person in particular using one army, and in that instance it is to become what we are to refer to as an empire. And the leader in which we are mainly talking of as the person behind the formation of an empire is, as aforementioned, the emperor. So in today's content, we'll be looking at the Songhai Empire, the emperor, and how this particular empire is going to grow compared to many others. So let us get right into it. What we have here is the Songhai Empire, and the Songhai Empire is to have an emperor that is therefore referred to as Sani Ali or Sunni Ali. And in this instance, when you speak of Sunni Ali, it's wherein you are going to talk of an individual that was able to fight against the Mali Empire so as to eventually win a place that is to be referred to as the city of Gao, wherein the Songhai Empire is to be mainly formed around. The first city that is to be conquered under the Ali or the Sunni dynasty or the Songhai dynasty, it was going to be the city of Gao, which we know for a fact when you are to look at it from the map that it is in the region of Mali. Having spoke of the vastness of this empire, we did look at the map of Africa and thus established that when we speak of the Songhai Empire in particular, it was found on the western part of Africa, and it's spread as far as from the place that is Senegal, modern day Senegal, and as far off as modern day Niger or Niger. So in this instance, when you speak of an empire, then it is this place that is going to be a combination of these many places. Like I did say that it is going to start from Senegal, and when it starts from Senegal, it is going to cut across Mali, Burkina Faso, your many other places in between, your Ghana's included, and it will go as far as Niger, which is on the mid half of Africa if you are looking at it from the map. And when we therefore define an empire, we did say that it is a combination of those places. And then it is to have this emperor that we speak of as Usuni Ali or Sani Ali. And when we speak of Sani Ali as a leader, we are to therefore interrogate how he is able to win against the other empires, because we do understand that For an empire to come into existence, there is to be a whole lot of fighting in between. And for an empire to actually stand resolute or to actually be formed, it therefore needs to conquer and take over the places that are right next to it and spread across as far as it could possibly do, based on the capabilities of the leaders, of course. So in this instance, we are to look at the abilities of this particular individual, which is the emperor of the Songhai Empire, that we refer to as Sunni Ali. So we are to first interrogate the strengths of this particular empire that we refer to as the Songhai Empire. First things first, we do understand that it was led by an emperor, or that which we mainly refer to in layman's terms as a king. And when it comes to the leadership of Sunni Ali, in order for this particular empire that we speak of as the Songhai Empire to be one of the most successful, it therefore started with the actual leader being Sunni Ali coming up with the idea of saying, after having took over or after having freed Gao from the Mali Empire, because when you speak of the Mali Empire, I think we did speak of it in summary, that the Mali Empire was one of the greatest empires when you speak of it from the 800s and going as far off as the 1400s. And it was more so under the leadership of Mansa Musa that it was at its height, and was also one of the most popularly known Western African empires that were one of the richest. So when you speak of the city of Gao, initially, before it is to be taken over or before it is to be freed by this individual that you speak of as Sunni Ali, it was under the leadership of the Mali Empire. And with issues that were mainly happening around the succession of leaders or of the leader of the Mali Empire after the very death of the aforementioned and most prestigious Mansa Musa, that therefore leads to a whole lot of problems in the Mali Empire based on that which we have mentioned, which is the succession. Because we do know that when it comes to the succession of leadership in empires or in dynasties, the expectation would be it is from one father or from one son to another, or from the father to the sons and from the sons to the sons, wherein we therefore refer to the dynasty as a lineage of kings from the same bloodline. So such was the case in the Mali Empire, wherein there were to be a whole lot of in-betweens, people trying to challenge for the throne after the very death of the prestigious Mansa Musa. And that therefore opened an opening for such an individual as Sunni Ali, having lived in the city of Gao, which was one of the most important cities to the Mali Empire. Because when you speak of the city of Gao, it was more so big in terms of trade. And you are also to look at its positioning when you speak of this particular place that is Gao. Because when you look at it from the map, it is along the peripheral of this area that we refer to as Gao. And there's this river in particular that many traders were more so using when they were using canalways or when they were using ships or vessels in order for them to be able to mainly embark on trade routes. So the Niger River was one of the most important at the time, and it was more so found right next to this very city that we speak of as the city of Gao. Hence, we speak of Gao as being one of the most important cities when it comes to the aspect of trade, when it comes to many other facets that are tied to economic advancements that are therefore to come about in an area that is to take over or control the city of Gao. And in this moment, or at this very point in time, we speak of Sunni Ali being the individual that is therefore able to free the city of Gao from the Mali Empire. Now, when it comes to this empire, yet again, still looking at the strengths, it's wherein we speak of it being in the region of West Africa. And one other factor, like we have mentioned, is that the Songhai Empire is first to be established at the city of Gao. And having said, Gao was a city in Mali, and it was therefore to become the capital city of the Songhai Empire. And the positioning of this particular city is along the region or along the peripheral of this river that we refer to as the Niger River. Having also spoken of the importance of this river or of its positioning alongside this river, wherein we did say that a whole lot of traders will find themselves using vessels, using ships, in order for them to therefore come to the city of Gao to therefore to trade whatever commodities they may have had at the time. Now, when it comes to this empire, it is not only going to grow because of the city of Gao, but having mentioned yet again that an empire grows through conquest, We are therefore to look at what significant conquests were embarked on by this leader of the Songhai Empire so as to make it an empire that is enough for us to mainly talk of and all about today. So we are therefore to look at the leadership of Sunni Ali. And Sunni Ali actually takes over in the years 1464, and his reign is going to end in 1493. And we have also mentioned the very fact that in order for him to become the later emperor of the Songhai Empire, it starts with him taking over the city of Gao. And when it comes to the city of Gao being one of the places that have thus been conquered by Sunni Ali so as to establish this particular place that we are to later refer to as the Songhai Empire, it does not start and end with his conquest or with his freeing of the city that we refer to as the city of Gao, because like we did say, in order for you to have an empire, you need to have a combination of places that are going to be spread from far across each other. And in this instance, one place that comes after the conquering or after the conquest of the city of Gao, it is going to be the city of Timbuktu, which is also going to play a very vital role in the success that we are to talk often about, that was mainly tied to the empire that we refer to as the Songhai Empire.